just like that, just like magic. How you
Awesome.
doing?
Very good. Thank you.
Awesome, Max. So I have we actually ever spoken before directly? Just online, right?
I think just online, yes.
Maybe one phone call in the beginning,
Maybe when I contacted you,
right?
um, I forget how many years ago.
Yeah. I'm sure you could figure it out. Yeah, I think so. When you contacted us, um, Vladimir, right?
Yes.
He must have been like one or two.
He was under 1 year old. Yeah, he was
Okay.
like maybe a few months,
And,
like maybe 6, 7 months.
and how old is he now?
He's 3 now.
Okay, so 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Time flies, man.
yeah.
Yeah. So, if it's all right with you, tell us why did you contact me? Why did you reach out to us?
Well, around that time where Vladimir was born, I was just I was nervous, just thinking about, um when he gets to the same age, I need to be ready and have everything ready here at the house for him and stuff. And one of the things that I saw online was your video. The video that you put out, it's like a cartoon and it has the little ambulance and it has
Yeah.
the yeah, that one I I ran into it. I think I was just going through Facebook through I think it's called Abby's Hope.
Hmm.
And I think they had shared it and I saw it. And when I saw that, I made obviously it made me cry. Uh, and then I contacted them first, and I asked them. I think I just asked them for advice. I asked them about the company, if they knew anything about the company, and um, but then they directed me to you. They gave me your name, and then I think I went on your website, and then I contacted you through there about about the pool fence
So, do
and
you
about
mind talking about Maxi and kind of what
uh
happened?
yeah well he was 2.5 years old, and what happened was I was at work, and uh my wife was washing clothes, and so the washer and dryer were in the front of the house, and she took him with her. And what happened was she thought that she had followed him. She followed her to the laundry room, but he ended up sneaking back out. But we used to keep the sliding glass door always locked. But by then he had figured out how to get in there and unlock it, and that's how we ended up getting into the backyard, was through the sliding back door. And well, one of the hardest things is like going to Home Depot and seeing these sliding door locks that I could have just put up higher so he couldn't reach. I wish I would somebody would have told me, or I would have seen it somewhere where it, a simple $10, $15 lock, could have saved his life, and it's just one of those things that always goes on in your head, things that you could have done, and it just never ends. Just thinking about what you could have done different and stuff. But now, I mean, I wish I knew then what I know now. That's why
Right.
we're trying to reach a lot of people.
And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't realize how big of a deal drowning is. That it's that it's so prolific that it's the number one killer of kids between 1 and 4 years old. Accidental killer. Um, I don't think a lot of people realize that. I mean, did you know
No,
that before? Yeah.
no, absolutely not. I definitely didn't know that. I knew we did have that fear because Maxi was so active and climbing everywhere all the time, that we always tried to um, save up money to try and buy a pool fence.
Hmm.
We just never were able to save up the money. It was like before we used to live in a mobile home, and I had my two daughters, which were small back then. They were probably like 7 and 8 years old, and the deal they wanted to move into a house. So I told them, well, with a pool, and I told them, well, the deal is if you guys want a house with a pool, you guys are gonna have to learn to swim. And so they went through their lessons and everything, and they learned how to swim. And then we started looking for a house. And so when we bought the house, they knew how to swim. And I mean, I never really thought too much about the fence until Maxi was born. Maxi was born 2011. And it's just during that time, I think there was some mistake in escrow, which ballooned my payment up to like $3,000 a month for my house. And it was so difficult. It was like I was working 3 jobs, I think, to try and make up for that mistake that they made in escrow. And it was just so hard. We're like just barely making enough to pay the house payment, and we just could never save up for that pool fence. And so, what our plan was, well, let's just try to teach them ourselves. And I don't know if you've seen like pictures of on Facebook on our pages, and we used to have the floaty device thing that a lot of people use. We used to use that. We used to take it off and try to teach him to swim, but I mean, unfortunately, he didn't learn in time, and you know the rest. Yeah.
So you reached out to us for a pool fence, and what happened next?
Well, after I had watched the video and I went on your website, I saw that you guys had a program where you help out people, that go through our situation. And I contacted you, and you offered to, donate a fence to us, you guys, and along with King's Pool Fencing.
Mm-hmm.
They came out and installed it for us, and well, the coolest, aside from the pool fence protecting Vladimir, it also kind of triggered something in our heads where we need to do something because we didn't have the foundation when you donated the fence to us.
Okay.
And so it kind of triggered, like, we need to do something. We need to do something to help people, to help prevent this from happening to other people. And that's when we started thinking about, doing the foundation and helping out our community.
So us giving you the pool fence made you start, I mean, not obviously that alone, but that gave you the idea to start the foundation?
Yes, going, getting we felt so thankful that it was protecting Vladimir, right? So we were thinking, well, maybe there's people out there that don't have a fence, and maybe they're in their same situation, or they just don't think they need it. And so let's go out there and let people know. That's kind of when it triggered to, we need to do something. We need to help. We need to help get the word out. Just like I wish somebody would have maybe told me, or I would have heard somewhere. I'm trying to get to as many people as possible.
That's really cool. So tell me about the foundation. What are you guys doing? The name is Maxi's Gift, right?
Yes, Maxi's Gift.
Cool.
Yeah, we were trying to think what would the people that are involved is my wife and my two daughters, and I think the thing that.
Hey, Max. I lost your. I can't hear you. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, better. There you go. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so we were thinking about the swimming lessons, and we thought, well, what better way to think of that gift to give to somebody than from Maxi, So we decided to call it Maxi's Gift, and we just go out there and try to raise money to offer swim lessons, to do CPR classes, to give out information, and we've had a lot of help, a lot of support from the community, from our friends, and but I mean, a lot of the hard work has been done by my two daughters.
Really?
Maxi's big sister, yeah, they're so strong. I am so proud of them. They have done so much at their schools, at in the community. I mean, they're out there. We did a fundraiser. It was a donation drive, kind of picking up used clothes and linens and stuff, and they were out there, carrying the bags and filling up a big truck, and we rented a big truck from Home Depot, and we filled it all the way to the end, and we ended up gathering I think it was about 5,000 pounds of used clothes and stuff, and they were out there sweating with their out of shape dad. And we went through Savers. It's called Savers. It's like a store, a thrift store, Savers, and they donated. I think it was, I don't remember if it was 20 cents a pound that they donated to us. So it was like over like $1,200 that they donated to us, which we used for the swimming lessons.
Awesome. That's really cool. How old are your daughters now?
Now they are 14 and 12.
Okay.
14
Very
and 12
cool.
now.
Right.
Yeah, but they do a lot. They do so much. And they also help when we do a lot of fundraisers at Angel Stadium. The Angels baseball team has helped us out a lot. They let us set up in the parking lot, and whatever we can do, we sell hot dogs and tacos, and we're out there cooking, trying to make money. And we almost get in trouble sometimes with security, but then we let them know what we're doing and that we have permissions. They're cool with it.
That's really cool. So how many lessons have you given away so far?
We're probably, I mean, we haven't raised a lot of money, but we try as hard as we can. But we're probably like over between 30 and 40 lessons. Okay. So I wish we were a lot higher, but
no, I thought you were going to say a lot less than that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
we get a lot of help from the swimming schools around here too, discounts and stuff.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, if somebody wants to get a lesson, how do they contact you?
Well, it was we did have a website until like a couple of months ago that I had to let the website expire. It's getting too expensive, and I just feel kind of bad having to pay that much money for a website and then not being able to use that money towards the lessons.
Well, so how much were you paying?
Well, I went through I think it was GoDaddy.com, and I set it up and everything, but then it gets kind of expensive after the first year or two, and it gets more expensive. And it was like over like $200
a month.
No, for the whole year.
Oh, for the year.
Yeah,
okay.
to pay. It was like over $200, and I'm like, maybe I'll just direct people to my Facebook page, or and then I just created just a new email, and because I had the email through the website too. So
right.
So basically, I just direct people to the Facebook page, and that's how people can request the lessons.
Yeah, I think most people are on Facebook anyways. You're probably in good shape,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is it that you'd like parents to know? What's the message you'd like to get out there?
Well, for us, it's just if sometimes it feels a little overwhelming because you want to tell them everything, but you can't really have somebody's attention for so long, because like you start thinking like, like for us, get the locks up higher, or the pool fence, the alarms,
You know
the
what?
supervision.
I'll be honest. You're the first person who's ever mentioned those higher sliding glass door locks to me.
Uh,
No one has
I
ever said
know.
that to me before.
Well, that
You know?
that's why, like I myself, I'm very appreciative of all the parents that have the courage to go out and tell their story. Like
Mhm.
all these people that I follow on Facebook, I am so thankful for them for hearing, because I need to hear those stories too, because that way I can let other parents know, like they say, oh well, I don't even have a pool. No, but I know I can tell. Well, I've heard of somebody that doesn't even have a pool, but their son drowned in a in a pond or a bathtub or the neighbor's pool or
Right.
things like that. That a lot of people, obviously, you run into a lot of people that they always have like
Things to
an
say.
excuse,
Yeah.
why they don't need it, and that's the way I can defend myself by telling them other people's stories, not just my story.
Sure.
Even if they say, oh, like I've heard the story where they have a pool fence, but then like a towel gets stuck in between the, the
Lock.
doors,
Yeah.
or just there's so many, the kid going to the neighbor's pool. There's so many stories that I have them memorized right here, and I can use them to let people know and stuff. So I am really thankful, and that's what I use when I meet people. I use those stories to, no matter what they say, I have a story to
Right.
tell
I
them.
mean, yeah.
And
Before we got started, we were talking about Bodie Miller. You know.
yeah, and that's unfortunately, it's like you want to get to so many people. Like I feel like I'm just one person, and I can only get to so many, but uh, together as I mean, I have a lot of friends that have that I've met after that I've made after uh, the after Maxi's passed away. Um, we've made new friends. We've made new friends, and I'm so thankful for them because they help me pass that message along to other people. I personally, I try to go as often as I can to Compassionate Friends. It's a group where just parents that have lost children, and that helps out so much. It gives you so much courage. It gives you so much hope because you see the grieving process in them, and they give you hope that you can, learn how to live with the grief, and but then they get together and they help you out and they help you pass your message around, so all of it from the ABCDs to bathtub safety to beach safety. Like I tell you, it's so many things that like I was thinking just recently with my daughters, we're trying to do what can we give away next time we do a fundraiser. Like let's say if they help us by buying an angel ticket, what can we give away? We've given out sunglasses. We've given out um, like beach balls with the like safety information on them, or flyers or stuff like that. What can we do to for people to get like safety information while they're getting something, And one of the things that I was thinking was like, oh, maybe we can get some, like some hats that we can give away, for the sun, and we could put, like safety, like the ABC. But then I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to embroider a bunch of stuff everywhere because there's so many things I want to tell everybody. I don't want to leave anything out. I'm like,
Right.
but I
It,
don't
it'll look
just.
like a NASCAR hat. You know, all the logos on it.
Yeah, and I mean, but we're always thinking of ideas of how we can, get people to help us spread the word and stuff, and wear T-shirts. Whether it's T-shirts, it's like here I'm wearing my "Live Like Jake,"
Nice.
things like that. Things that help you get the message out faster, like further away. And
Have you talked to the folks over at Families United?
no, No,
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do. I think it's
Yeah, it's called Families United to Prevent Drowning, and it's like it's Abby's Hope, and I'm not sure about Live Like Jake, but Abby's Hope and Paul DeMello and Josh the Otter and a lot of the charities and nonprofits who were started after they lost a child to drowning, and they've kind of Families United is them joining together into one kind of bigger organization, and you know they share resources. They make sure that they're not reinventing the wheel. If somebody's already doing something, they can use their educational piece. And they kind of act as like you're talking about with the group you go to. They act kind of as a network for each other. Obviously,
yeah,
they've all lost a child to drowning, and or I think it doesn't have to be I think it might always be a child. I think maybe somebody has a sibling. But yeah, they've all lost someone to drowning. I think as a child every time, and you know, it's a neat thing. If you Blake and Kathy Collingsworth with Josh the Otter, um, maybe reach out to them. They're great people, and Families United is an amazing thing that they've put together. Not just them, but all of the different organizations. Because there's so many of you guys, unfortunately, and they talk about how it's a club that they love all the members of, but they don't want any more. They don't want anybody else joining, and and it seems like they're getting new members all the time. Unfortunately, when I was
yeah,
on the board of the National Drowning Prevention Alliance, they used to invite us every year. They have a suite at the hotel room that the NDPA conference is held at, and they have it there in case a mom or a dad who's lost somebody is feeling overwhelmed by the conference and wants to go somewhere quiet, separate, away from everybody, just to chill out. So they have this hotel room set up for that, where someone can go to get away, and they have like a cocktail hour thing every year, and they invite the board members there, and they go around the room, and each person one at a time tells the story of how they lost their child, what the circumstances were, about their kid, and kind of what they're up to now. And it's one of the more powerful things I've ever done, to sit in that room and just hear, just one parent after another parent after another parent. There must be 15 people in a room. It's you know, yeah, you just don't want any more. And that's
yeah.
why we do it.
And those people are the people that can help you the most. They understand, your situation, and
Right.
just like in the compassionate friends that I go to, they give you a lot of ideas on how to grieve, and how they grieve, and how you shouldn't feel weird by uh, certain things that you do in the grieving process. Because people see you in a different way, you act different. I mean, I've been told by a lot of people, that I'm not the same person. I changed a lot and stuff, and of course,
Yeah.
I mean,
How could you be?
yeah, I mean, it's tough to go. You can't go back. It's to how you were before. Your life's never gonna be the same, you know. But the people that have gone through a loss, they're the ones that can help you a lot, and like you said, that community of people working in drowning prevention. There's so much help. They reach out. I've had Paul Paul DeMello reach out to me before.
He is the
Carrie,
best.
yeah,
Paul DeMello is amazing. And it's
he's like
funny.
a
Everybody,
motivational speaker.
yeah, and everyone I talk to mentions him. Like
Yeah,
he's so prolific. He's out there all the time, and
he has a lot of energy.
yeah, everyone talks about how Paul reaches out to them. Anyone I talk to knows Paul. Maybe they don't know Families United, maybe they don't know some of the other ones, but everyone knows Paul. and they know him because he's talked to them personally, and he offers his advice. And yeah, we need more Pauls in the world. We really do. Paul's an amazing guy. You know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, he's all the way on the other side of the United States, and he
Yeah.
reached out to me, and he texted me and gave me a call, and Rich Speck from Respect from he has his son passed away. I think it was they had a little pond in the backyard. He's in New York. Uh, I think theirs is called Respect. He has a lot of different ones. He has one for water. He has one for where they do kindness. Pass out those little cards to do little thing like
Random acts of
nice
kindness.
things around. Yeah, and also Carrie Morrison.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she was out here in California, and we met up with her and spent a couple hours. And man, you learn a lot from those people, and you feel their love and support, and just people that we've met here, and they're grieving their loss of their children too, and they've become our friends, and they help us out. They show up at our events, and I mean, it's because they know that we need support, and they need support, and we support each other.
So I think I cut you off. You're saying how one thing you wish you had was the locks on the sliding glass door, and then you were going to say what else would you want people to have?
Oh, I wish they could have everything from alarms to pool fences and stuff. And but the one thing that I would like them to have the most is the information.
Yeah.
The information, the things that they can do to prevent it. That's the one thing that I, get their kids in swimming lessons and stuff like that. And one of the things that we've been trying to do is reaching out more also to children, especially before the summer. That's where my daughters have done a pretty good job at their schools, and we've had them, their schools do the pledge, the swimming pledge from Pool Safely.
Yeah.
And then we did like a raffle. We did a couple baskets with cool stuff, slip and slide, and some beach towels and stuff for the summer. And so every kid that brought back their pledge signed by their parent, took it back to the school, and the school was nice enough to, just put it in a big barrel and take out a winner. And every day of the week, somebody would win a big basket with gift cards and stuff. And so that was cool, and the kids were excited about participating and winning something cool, and at the same time they're learning. And that's what we're trying to do, think of ideas and how we can get more kids involved. Sometimes the parents are busy and stuff like that, but if the kid goes up to the parent, tells them, hey, like I learned this and this and this, and maybe they can convince their parents to
right. And the kids are a big factor. I mean, how many times have you had your daughter remind you to put on a seatbelt? Right?
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah,
or stay off the phone and all that stuff.
Right? Because they hear it, they learn it.
Yeah.
So or whatever it is. Kids, they learn it in school, and they come home and they educate parents. So it'd be great if kids were coming home from first grade and telling mom and dad they need swimming lessons, or they need a pool fence, so they need I don't know. I think that'd be great.
Yeah,
I love the idea with the raffle. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm really thankful that the school helps out. They go out of their way. They helped us out with that fundraiser. They told all the parents, to donate clothes. So then they kept them in one of the classrooms, and so I picked up a bunch of bags from the school too. It's called Murdy Elementary, and that was actually my elementary, and now my kids go there too. So we've been there for so many years, and they're so awesome to our family, and I'm so thankful for them. They're really cool staff, and they're really nice.
Is that a public school?
Yeah. That's all my kids have gone there, and now Vladimir's gonna go in there too. So
that's amazing.
Yeah,
no kidding. That's like 2 generations. That's really cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's cool you're in the same area where you grew up. You know,
Yeah, we're still here in this area, and that's why we focus a lot of our stuff here in Garden Grove. So
not
that's
many.
where it was.
Yeah,
Yes.
not many people do that. You know, I was born. I'm in Boynton Beach right now, and I was born literally down the street at the hospital, but that's the hospital down the road. Um, and I always joke that I'm one of the seven natives of Boynton. You know, there's not many of us. You know,
Yeah, but
but
yeah, we love this place, and it's cool, and people are nice, and they're open to listening to us, and but there's always that one person that no matter what you tell them, they don't want your advice. But
I
I
know.
mean, it's all right. I mean, if we just we just want them to hear us, even if they don't want our advice. At least they heard us. Maybe it'll
I,
stick in their head.
I get them on my Facebook all the time. You know, people responding to my stuff, and
That's
yeah,
that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about
yeah,
was Facebook. Because I see that like I said, together, us as a drowning community, we can do so much. We can reach so many people, and we can use our voices to help out so many people, especially on Facebook. Messages get out there a lot quicker and
hmm,
a lot further, and so I hope that we can continue to work together and like support each other. I do see sometimes people kind of, well, I think that's like the thing now. Everybody's fighting on
people fighting.
Facebook and
Yeah,
fighting on social media and stuff. And I think we should just stick together. We're on the same boat. We should all stick together and support each other and
right.
not go after each other. And I see little things here and there, and I just wish we could all just stick together and just go at it hard and just keep spreading the word and saving lives. And the sharing has a lot of power.
It does, and it's hard. You know, that you've got a lot of different people that are really passionate about what they're doing, and
Yeah.
you know they all and some have really strong opinions, as happens. You know, and yeah, it leads to arguments. But I think I think sometimes in those arguments, um, good ideas come out sometimes, or at
Yeah.
least maybe thoughts are matured. You know, someone I know I've had my mind changed. You know, someone has told me that I'm saying something wrong, or that I shouldn't use a phrase, and I didn't know why, and they told me, and I changed my behavior. I was wrong. Um, so I mean, there can be some benefit, but you're right. The fighting as a whole is tough, I mean, especially in our very small group, right? You know,
Yeah. We should just keep our minds open, our heart open
yeah,
to everybody's ideas and everybody's you know um, way of thinking. And just because it's not the way you think, it doesn't mean it's wrong.
right, yeah, of course.
So,
I was going to say that the first time I ever heard of Garden Grove was in the song by
yeah.
Sublime. Yeah.
They just had a little concert, like to honor them or something
Oh
down the
yeah,
street. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I can hear it all the way here from my house. I wasn't gonna go over there with my kids, but
right, right. Yeah, of course not. Yeah, they leave stoned.
yeah, I could smell it all the way over here.
Of course. I was a big fan of them in high school. I used to love those guys.
Yeah, me too.
Of course, it'd be hard not to, right? Um,
Yeah,
so how's your pool fence?
it's still there. We
Yeah,
take care of it, we clean it up, and keep it clean, and we don't take it out. Right now we haven't used the pool in a while. It's actually empty right now because it's kind of peeling a little bit. So I
right.
kind of have to see whenever I can save up a little money and fix it.
Sure.
It's so hard, man. It's just so expensive. It's so
Right.
expensive, everything here. And so just whenever we have a little bit of money, then we'll probably fix it.
Right. Right.
But it's
And
still, I mean, even an empty pool is dangerous.
of
So
course, yeah, you can fall and hurt yourself.
yeah,
And how's Vladimir doing?
he's just as active as his big brother, man. He's
Oh,
all over the place, and he's taking his swimming lessons, and he loves the water. He loves swimming, and we're really proud of him. He's helped us out so much. He's such an amazing and special little boy, and he's brought back uh, a lot of happiness to us. He's because when Maxi passed away, we did. Um, it just felt like, the house felt quiet, dark. Like it just felt horrible. But then
Right.
when Vladimir came along, he lit up the place again, and he just everything he does just reminds us of Maxi. They like a lot of the same things, and so we're so thankful for him, and I'm so thankful for my daughters that they're so strong and so passionate about this, and helping people out and stuff. And I know they're all going to go on to do great things and help people out and stuff. And I'm really proud of my kids.
So Vlad is 3.5, right? Roughly.
Yeah, 3.5. He's going to turn 4 in October 1st.
All
He
right.
turns 4.
That was a good guess by my part.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding, right? I think it's cool that we were able to get you guys a pool fence. And Zach talks about you all the time, and it's a neat. Makes me feel good to know that he's okay and everything's good with him. And
Yeah, they keep in touch.
yeah,
Yeah, they're really cool. Really cool. I watched I sat there and watched them install the whole fence and how they did everything. It's pretty really cool, really professional, and
yeah,
and they're awesome.
they're good folks. I talk to Zach all the time.
Yeah.
And he's proud of the fence that he did for you guys. He talks about it a lot. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's cool.
it's nice when we can do it. Paul, I don't know if you know Paul Axe. We call him our chief giving officer. He's if we find a family that has had a fatal or non-fatal drowning that is eligible to receive one of our pool fences donated, Paul is the guy that reaches out and calls the family and tells them, and gets a hold of them and kind of sets it up. By his choice, Paul asked me if he could do that, and I told him I love him too, so he does that. And I warned him that they're hard to give away. That we don't give away as many pool fences as we'd like to. That for some reason, you'd think that'd be easy to give away a pool fence. They're not cheap, but yeah, I'd love to give away more. I wish that I wish we could get out to more people and get them free pool fences. I really do. It's a thing. So
One of the things that I always wondered, and I never looked it up on your website or anywhere else, is when you buy a pool fence, either whether your company or any other company, is there options for payment, or is there always just one payment up front for the fence and that's it? I was just wondering if there was like some kind of
payment
I
options.
don't yeah, different options of payment, because that's one of the things I was thinking about. Was I wonder if there was a company that would allow you to pay in payments and make it easier for you to just go ahead and decide, what, I'm gonna get the fence if I can pay it in payments, instead of having to save up for it. And what if in the time that you're saving up,
Right.
something happens?
Yeah.
I always wondered that. I'm just asking because I
Yeah. No,
always
it's it's a good question. So we have dealers throughout the country, like Zach, right? So
mm,
we've got King's Lifesaver Pool Fence by King's Pool Fencing in Los Angeles, and Lifesaver Pool Fence of New Jersey, and Lifesaver of Atlanta and New York and Montreal. And there's about 60 of them in the U.S. And then we have we're in 15 countries on 5 continents. So there's a Lifesaver of Dubai, a Lifesaver in Thailand and France, etc. So each of them run their own businesses like Zach does. And I know some of them offer financing, but it's kind of left up to the individual dealer to decide that. But I know a lot of them pay credit cards, and that's kind of its own form of financing. You can put it on a MasterCard or a Visa, and then pay that off over time. And I think some do actually offer payments. But but that's a good call. The ones who don't, maybe it's worth talking to them and seeing if they could get that set up, because you're right, that might save somebody, right?
No, that's what I was thinking when you had put a post up that you were looking for somebody in Orange County, and me and my wife were thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe what if we try to do something like that? I mean, what if we can do something where we can offer that option to somebody where they can pay in payments? And I know there's so many people that would probably get them just if they had the opportunity to pay in payments. I don't
Sure.
know if like I don't know. It was just a thought that ran through my head
No, it's a good idea.
where
I like it. Thank you. Honestly, that's really cool. Um, so, but I was going to say, Maxi and I have something in common. I am a giant Superman fan. I have, you can't see it behind me, but I have Superman stuff all over my house.
yeah.
Almost too much. It's a problem. Like, I have a giant Superman like bust, like a big statue over here, and there's Superman stuff next to me, and yeah, I've got Superman stuff everywhere. It's an addiction. But so whenever I see him in that shirt, I think it's cool because I'm a giant fan of Superman too. Yeah.
Huge Superman fan. He was. It's funny. I tell a story about him where he had pretty much all his T-shirts were Superman T-shirts.
Right.
So in the closet, I would take him to the closet. I was like, all right, what do you want to wear today? And so I start going through the shirts. I'm like, you want this one? He's like, no, no, no. He was waiting for me to get to the Superman shirt.
Right.
Like, no, no. And when I get to the Superman shirt, I would skip. I would skip and go to
Yeah.
another shirt. No. Go back. He always wanted to wear his Superman shirt. He had a lot of them, though. He had so many of them. So he had a couple of Batman ones too, but he was a big Superman fan.
That's like, actually, you probably can't see it, but in the corner is Superman's leg. You can see it sticking out right over there. That's funny.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's his leg sticking out. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah,
cool.
I got Superman everywhere, man. I don't know why. I love Superman. But awesome. Well, man, I know you got to get to work. I know that they're struggling without you there.
Yeah.
You gotta make space parts. But before you go, if there's what's one more thing you want to tell parents, let people know,
Just tell parents that just visit all these websites, visit all the websites that these people are putting up and putting information, and just read up on everything. There's so much information, so many different dangers in your home that you might not know. And if you just go through and it's just so many, man. It's just so many, from the bathroom to the front yard to the backyard to everything. Just be open to learning from other people's mistakes, other people's experiences, and that's one of the things I always tell my daughters. Like, don't learn from your mistake, learn from other people's mistakes, so you don't make them. But yeah, just like for me, like I wish I would have heard or read somewhere about those putting a higher locks on the sliding door. I wish I would have heard it somewhere. I wish I could have seen it somewhere, and I never did. And it's just something so simple, so cheap, and it's just somebody needs to just let you know or remind you, or just don't think about it, and just parents just keep an open mind. And even if you don't have a pool, it doesn't mean you're okay. Just take your kids out to swimming lessons. And like, I didn't even know about the pool drains, the different the covers, the drain cover. I had never heard about that until I read on that on Abby's Hope and on other Facebook pages. Sure. I never heard about that. I have a pool, and I never knew about something like that. And it's so many things we don't know, and we need to get educated, and especially having kids.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Max. I really, really appreciate it. And the work you're doing is tremendous. Those those lessons that you've sponsored, are, no doubt, are helping those kids out. And the memory of Maxi is living on through you and the work you're doing and your kids. And I know he'd be proud of you guys, and I know I am. So I really
Yeah.
appreciate what you guys are doing. So
Thank you, and I really appreciate all the work you guys are doing too, and I'm so thankful for also for my wife for helping us, and I know she doesn't get too involved. It's very difficult for my wife to get involved in
yeah,
events and stuff, but I know she supports us 100%, and she helps out in the events and stuff, and I think it's a lot of times it's the fear of what people might like feel guilty, kind of where she might feel guilty or people kind of
sure,
judging and stuff. So I understand her. I support her when she can't make it to events and stuff, and that's why a lot of times it's me and my daughters, you know, and but I know it's scary for a lot of parents in this situation to go out and tell their story. I know it's scary. I mean, I don't know if I would be able to do this if I was the one here at home and I was the one, when the whole thing happened. I don't know if I would be doing this right now.
right,
I don't know. I don't know. And also, I'm not a very strong swimmer either, so I don't know what would have happened that day if I would have jumped in for Maxi. I don't know if I would have maybe passed away with him. I have no idea. So it's just yeah, I just that's why I have so much respect for the parents that do this and go out there and tell their story. It's very difficult. You put yourself out there for a lot of criticism and it's tough, man.
it is.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
heroes. Every single
Yeah,
one of you guys are heroes. Seriously. Yeah.
definitely. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for all your support. All the people that support us too, and our foundation. Thank you so much. The donations and uh, we really thank you guys from the bottom of our heart for being next, walking this journey with us and helping us out.
And if somebody wants to reach you guys or donate or anything, it's Maxi's Gift on Facebook, right?
Yeah, Max Escaped on Facebook.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, Max. I really appreciate it. You have a great day, and go make some tools for Elon Musk, man. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you very
All right.
much. Thank you
Take
for the
care.
opportunity.
Thanks,
You
Max.
too. Bye.
Bye bye. Later, everyone.